My aunt died and my boyfriend said he doesn't want to be there for me. I, F22, feel so helpless. I asked my boyfriend, M21, just to hold me in his arms while I was sad, and he just stuck his arm out super half-assed and starting cracking his knuckles and acting annoyed at me. I told him that I wanted him to be more emotionally present and he got mad at me for asking that. He said that he didn't want to be my support system and that he doesn't care enough to be there for me. No, I deserve better, but I somehow feel like it's my fault that he doesn't want to be there for me. I told him I feel helpless and that I made an appointment to see a counselor next week, and he responded with a sarcastic congratulations. That hurt a lot because I was hesitant to tell him in the first place. I told him I didn't like the sarcasm and it was hurting me, and he responded with congratulations. Genuinely congratulations, you're finally getting help after years. I want out but I don't know how to get out. I also don't want to leave though. He says it's because I've pushed him to his emotional limit. I don't understand how. I feel like he has never been there for me. He blames everything on me. I don't know what to do. Please help. I feel so helpless. Too long didn't read. My aunt died and I feel like shit and my boyfriend said he doesn't want to support me because I rely on him too much. Update, thank you all for the kind words and support. I've had a little time to reflect, and I am going to leave. Unfortunately, we currently live together and run a business together, so there are a few things I have to figure out before I break up with him. I'm seeing my new counselor soon, and I am hoping that she can guide me through this. That's not a boyfriend. That's not even a friend. Not only is he not helping you through your hard time, he's making you feel bad for grieving. If I were in your shoes, I'd just leave and never talk to him again. He doesn't even deserve a proper breakup. That's just my opinion. Dude, that is truly disgusting behavior. He knows he can get away with treating you like shit and you'll stay with him. You need to leave. This guy treats you like a stepping stone, but I'll bet you're his anchor and he's uncomfortable with it. Walk away and see how fast he crumbles. But don't go back. Nobody deserves to be treated like that. You know what to do. You are just struggling to feel up to doing it. You have to break up with him. He doesn't want to be the kind of partner you want to have. He isn't even very nice to you. So, you break up with him. Then you don't have to deal with him, plus you have a chance of finding someone who does want to be a supportive partner to you. He said that he didn't want to be my support system and that he doesn't care enough to be there for me. Instant breakup. He literally told you he isn't here to perform the basis requirements of a friendship, let alone a romantic relationship. Then what is he there for? To use you for sex? Right. Fuck off, dude. Why do you not want to leave him? Is it that you're afraid of change? My 22F husband, 21M, is barely helping me with bills. So my husband and I decided to move out to an apartment back in September 2020. We got married in February 2021. I've had a stable job since we moved out and plan on staying and retiring here. I'm an LVN at a clinic. I enjoy my work. However, my husband has been job hopping for the longest time. I think in the past year he has worked for more than 10 different employers. He doesn't get fired. He just quits if the work is too physically tiring. And he is always late to work and occasionally finds an excuse to stay home and miss work. Like being sick, doing paperwork, helping out his mom, etc. It is very frustrating because I feel like I'm the one holding us down. If I miss a day of work, I feel like we are doomed for the next bills. I get in about $2,500 a month and he brings in about $700 a month. So he really just pays for groceries while I handle everything else. Rent, electricity, Wi-Fi, car insurance, school debt, credit cards, etc. He does not go to school or has any certificates that can get him a job higher than entry-level jobs. We've talked about him going back to college to get at least a certificate, but he is very on and off about it. Now he is thinking of joining the army or the police academy. But all talk and no actions, not even any research is being done. I've tried talking to him about it, but he gets very aggravated and irritated whenever I bring it up and says we are fine. But god, am I so exhausted living paycheck to paycheck. I don't remember the last time I spent my money just for me, like shopping or treating myself out to dessert that. I always think of rent, groceries, my school debt, paying off credit cards, etc. I get it, it's adulting. But if this is what life is going to look like forever, I don't know anymore. I love him and our relationship, but I'm so stressed and unhappy with my life that I've became depressed and don't understand the meaning of my life if all I'm here for is to pay bills. I guess what I'm asking for is advice and how I can talk to someone who hates to talk about this. Too long didn't read. I'm paying all the bills and husband does not acknowledge it. Fuck God, that is so young to get married, and I know because I had my trial run husband at a similar age and I had no idea what I was getting into and wished I had waited till I was older. Especially if you didn't have time to realize his terrible job sustainability habits. It's time for an ultimatum or request he seeks out a temp agency. It's already a red flag that he does not feel the need to want to provide for you both as a team player. It is not your job to raise your husband. Honestly, good luck. I hope whatever you choose it goes well and you stay strong. You both got married too young, in my opinion, but he especially is not old or mature enough for married life. Above all else, do not have a baby with him, at least right now. Your life will be more miserable than you can imagine. You may be adulting, but I don't think he is. Yes, you earn more than he does, but that doesn't mean he shouldn't bear some of the responsibility for keeping a roof over your heads and the lights on. It's more than time to have a discussion about how burned out you feel and that you need things to change. Consider proportionate payment for bills and rent. Work out a food budget and both pay the correct amount into a combined account. You shouldn't be living hand to mouth when he is just coasting by. Discuss your finances and come to an equitable arrangement. It doesn't have to be equal, just fair. You don't have a husband but a son. From my experience, people like this don't change until they hit rock bottom, and since you will kill yourself working before this, it won't happen unless you collapse. I think you are just incompatible. Your work ethics and maturity are way too higher than his. You married too young, should've dated more before committing, now it's harder. Please don't have children with him. I, 25M, need advice with my 28F girlfriend's mindset and mental health. Hi all, I have been in a long-distance relationship with my girlfriend for the past 2 years. It has gotten to the point where one of us has to move if we wish to continue. However, after talking about potentially moving, I realized that my girlfriend probably isn't the best with money. She has $5,000 saved up, still living with her parents, and thinks she can afford a $350,000 unit working minimum wage, and orders a lot from Uber Eats. She also says things like, I just need a full-time job to show the bank that I have money coming in, but after I get the loan I don't care if I lose my job. And that if we were to get a mortgage together, my name wouldn't have to be on the loan, but I would be paying half the rent, which I don't get why I would have to pay the same as her, seeing as I would not have a unit if we were to break up. Not only that, but she suffers from bipolar depression and has an eating disorder where she doesn't currently seek for professional help. This makes it hard for us to do basic things like hanging with friends, going out to the beach, etc. She aspires to do modeling, yet she says she will only audition once she has lost a certain amount of weight, but because of her eating disorder and depression, she doesn't eat healthy or exercise. Because of her mental health, we have still yet to have sex, and she sometimes feels uncomfortable changing clothes in front of me. Is there anything I can do to help her? I care about her a lot and want her to do well in life. And it's us two at her parents' house, we get along great, but I feel this may not be an accurate representation of real adult life is like. I'm also scared that if I move in she might end up leaving her job so she could fall back on me. Thank you. Too long didn't read. Been in a 2-year long distance relationship with girlfriend and she has unrealistic ideas with mortgages. Her mental health isn't well and we are both virgins. Need advice on how to help her. Sounds like your relationship has run its course. Would say wait and let her show you she can hold down a job, save money, work on her mental health. But if at 28 she has these beliefs that she can't work, can afford a mortgage without paying it, and be a model this late, she sounds like a huge risk. I think you would live to regret getting into a serious relationship with this woman. She seems to have a lot of issues but refuses to seek help for them. They are not going to magically go away when you live together. Given what she said about the loan, it sounds like she has no understanding of how money works in the real world. Does she understand that you have to pay a loan back with a fuckload of interest? You will likely end up caring for her and being the sole earner and providing for her in every way. Highly doubt you will even get any kind of emotional support from her because she's not in a state of mind to provide that. Definitely don't co-sign on anything or marry her. Take it from someone who was successful enough as a model that I paid my way through college and med school. Your girlfriend is not going to be a model, nor should she be. The last thing someone with mental health issues should get involved with is modeling. She will be routinely critiqued, to her face, and they will not be gentle about it. I'm 5'11", and when I weighed 125 pounds I was called fat directly to my face. That sucked, and I don't have an eating disorder. She would just be throwing gasoline on her mental health issues. Additionally, at 28, she is just too old to break into the industry. I still model occasionally, but that's because I'm established with an agency. If I were to just be starting out right now, I would not be getting work. Look, I'm going to hit you with a truth bomb here. She's 28 years old, and despite living with her parents she is wholly unprepared for life in the real world. She's most likely been enabled by her parents her whole life and is looking at you to continue to parent her. Is that the life you want? I would think you'd like a partner that brings things to the table. I'll be the first to admit I was the girlfriend. I thought I got all the help I needed from therapy and it just wasn't working. The truth is I wasn't trying hard enough. Do not move in with this girl. She needs therapy badly, and it is nothing to play around with.